Hello everyone, Th6dxx here in Columbus, Ohio. Hey, I'm going to go over some restoration of a Th6dxx high gain antenna, tri-bander. This antenna had previously been up on the tower at my residence for about 21 years. Never had to work on it. Rotor, never had to work on it. Ham 4, always kept working. I started having some wiggly issues on 15 and definitely 10. 20, it just outperformed itself. So I hired a contractor to come over and take it down, and I took it all apart. And my intent was first to buy all the traps. I'm just going to buy all the traps, put it back together. Yeah. And I'm like, well, you know what? These traps were put together at one point in time. I should be able to take them back apart. So I started on my first one, and I was like, what am I going to break here? How's this thing put together? And all that. Looked at it for a lengthy amount of time, looked at some stuff on the web. Not really a lot of help on the web. So that's why I am doing this video, so I can perhaps help people out doing traps on high gains and Cushcrafts, which seem to be the similarity. This right here, this is element number 1 that I got done with the last couple days. They're both cleaned up, and I redid the traps. And I have to put new clamps on everything. Everything is marked. Before I did any work, I marked everything where it was because I had good SWR before. So I don't want to really mess with that, even though I'll go back through the measurements per the document and make sure before it's all completely put back together. But what this video is how to get the trap off, how to get the trap apart, how to get the insulators out of the trap, and clean everything up. It's not too hard of a process, really. I really thought it was going to be, and it's not. So what I'm going to do is be pausing the video here and there and splicing it together and all that stuff. I'm not much of a video guy, so bear with me on that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to work on this one, which is a 1520 trapped element. And I'm going to take the traps apart. So the first thing I have to do is I have to cut these off with a grinder. That's the quickest way. Just cut them, cut them, cut them. I have a pile going on over at the table because I have to get all new ones. Tools that I'm working with here, well, I have some Mothers aluminum polish. I've got carbon choke cleaner. That's to clean my trap, and the brush to clean the trap afterwards. Hammer, we all know what the hammer's for. Gloves, when you're using this aluminum polish, use the gloves. That stuff gets in your fingers and it takes weeks to come out. Marker for marking all your things before you take them apart. Screwdriver, you might need it to do a little bit of spreading, like right here, to get the element apart, but I've had them slide out pretty much. Socket is for the trap, getting the little screw out. This one here works in conjunction with my Dremel that I have set up here, and what I'm doing that for is when I get the trap off, I clean out the whole inside of the trap with that baby right there, and then I wash it out and start putting it back together. Meter, you have to have a meter. You gotta test continuity. Once you get it apart, and once you get it all ready to go and put that cover back on, you want to check continuity and make sure that that is good on your trap. A couple things that I have here that I found out that worked. This is unbelievable. I'll show you as we progress into taking the trap apart. This is a jack handle. That's all this is. It's a jack handle. But the thing is, it fits in there perfect, and it has this little nub. And what you do, and I'll show you the trap when I take it apart, it's cool as hell. It fits right inside of here, and all you do is tap, 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 and it taps the little spacers out that are in here that everybody's afraid of breaking. This little baby right here is the exact size of my bushings inside of the trap. So what I do is I set that over the element. On this one, it would be on this side. I set it on the element, and you got to look for these little nubs right here. There's a little nub there. There's a little nub there. There's a little nub there. There's a little nub there, if you can see them. That's where those little plastic spacers sit that will go into depth when I get this back apart. And that is where you have to have those spacers at when you put it back together. And the reason why is because of weight. When you have that element up there, it's doing this. It's doing that. Believe it or not, it's moving. They're long, and they're moving. They're flexing. Then you put some ice on there, and now it's really flexing. So there's one on the inside, but there's 3 on the outside. And that's to keep that flex. And the same here on this one. And the same here on these. So what I've done is I marked my post for the furthest one in, the next one out, and then the final one, which is just on the inside. I don't have this cap off to show you. I can show you on this one. These ones are right towards the outside. So there's one there, there's one right there, and there's one right there, and then on this side there's one down here. So my next video is going to be how to take this apart after I get these cut off, how to get the insulator completely apart, and how to get those spacers out of there without damaging them. Dude, this is it's so easy that I in the last 2 days I've done 2 elements. I didn't think it was gonna, I thought it was gonna take me a lot longer, but I'm doing like an element a day and taking my time, and it's so easy to get these traps apart if you do it right, if you have the right tools, if you prep it for being put back together. Cleaned inside real good, making sure continuity, making sure connections inside your joints inside of here all clean and everything. She's going back up in the air. You don't want to bring it back down. Put it up in the air one time, cry once, done once. That's it. All right, catch you in a few. I'm going to start taking this one apart, and we'll go ahead and work on that.